Could Theresa May's days as British Prime Minister be numbered? Mrs May is holding talks with the senior Conservative MPs who formed the 1,922 committee who want to know when she plans to step down.
And the group wants a detailed timetable from the PM outlining her departure date, or they plan to ask her to step down immediately. Mrs May is hoping that she can convince her party to let her have one final go at getting her Brexit deal through Parliament next month.
But that looks like an uphill struggle. The bill's already been defeated 3 times, and main opposition Labour Party says it will vote against it if there are no changes to its current form.
And one other fast-approaching issue are the European elections, which the Conservatives are expected to perform badly in. And there doesn't look to be any relief in pressure on the Prime Minister.
And for more on this, let's bring in Ollie Barrett from London. Ollie, what will Theresa May have been facing from the 1,922 committee today? How will she have been sort of pleading her case?
That meeting has broken up in the last few moments. It lasted around an hour and a half, much longer than we were expecting. What we can read into that is not clear at this stage, but she will certainly have been saying to these senior figures in her party, look, give me one last chance to try and get a Brexit deal through. That's going to happen, a vote in early June. We need to try and get Brexit done, and that is the point at which she has promised that she will stand aside. The problem for many MPs in Theresa May's own party is what she hasn't given them up to this point is a date or an explanation about how she'll step aside if she can't get the first phase of Brexit done and dusted, if she can't deliver her Brexit deal through the House of Commons. They have been seeking clarity on that, and she has been attempting to win time. So a real split in the party about when exactly to try and remove Theresa May from her position, or at least persuade her to step aside. But one way or the other, we are certainly heading into the end game when it comes to her premiership. If she were to lose that deal, that vote on her Brexit deal in early June, when it comes back for another vote in the House of Commons, that would almost certainly be it for her premiership.
OK, so who is lining up to take her place, and can any of them actually unite this very divided party?
Who isn't lining up to take Theresa May's place as leader of the Conservative Party? There are some major front-runners, though, among what may well be a crowded field. Boris Johnson, the former Foreign Secretary, Dominic Raab, the former Brexit Secretary. We can expect Sajid Javid, the current Home Office Minister, to be standing. Perhaps Amber Rudd, the former Home Secretary herself. So all sorts of alliances being plotted. The difficulty, as you say, will be uniting the Conservative Party. The other difficulty will be that even if the new leader of the Conservatives can arrange some type of Brexit deal that the party can agree on, really difficult to see whether it would be the kind of deal that the European Union might sign off on, really difficult to see if it would be the kind of deal that would get through Parliament, because any new leader of the Conservatives will face many of the same challenges that Theresa May does. Crucial among those challenges, of course, is that she doesn't have a genuine working majority in the House of Commons with which she can pursue much legislation or Brexit deals which can get through the Houses of Parliament in the first place.
Ollie, just to get your thoughts on another story that we've been following about Huawei. Within the last couple of hours, we've heard that the government is reviewing if the Chinese telecom company will be involved in its 5G networks. This has already lost Mrs May, her defence secretary. What's behind the review?
Well, this is very interesting indeed as a development in terms of timing, because, of course, it comes after US President Donald Trump signed an executive order about Huawei, or about telecoms companies at least, which many view as effectively making it difficult for American firms to do anything that engages Huawei's services. Also ahead of a visit to the UK by Donald Trump in early June, in which we expect that the Americans will reiterate their position that none of their allies should be allowing the telecoms firm Huawei to be involved in their 5G networks either. Now, the leak that led to the sacking of Defence Secretary Gavin Williamson was around the idea that the British government had actually decided that Huawei should be allowed to take a limited role in the rollout of its 5G network here in the UK. Well, the government now saying we are reviewing the right policy on 5G, and when ready, we'll make an announcement about Huawei's bid. Now, Huawei denies at all the fact that it could be a national security concern. We also know that Theresa May and the British government up to this point have been trying to maintain healthy relations with the Chinese government as well. So a very difficult balance to strike here ahead of that visit by Donald Trump.
All right, mate, thanks for that update. Ollie Barrett speaking to us from London.